Who's your favorite pit master's favorite pit master?
Hey, what's going on, Tremendous Q fam? Just your boy here, Way Morris, owner of Pitmaster Tremendous Q. And today I am back with part 2 in a 2-part series, my first series, as a matter of fact, on the Tremendous Q Cooking channel, all right? Now, whether you tripped over the channel or you got here intentionally, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button, cut on those notifications so you can get notified when I drop all my latest content. For everybody that's returning to the channel, all my returning subscribers, you know I appreciate you guys' support, all right? Now, on the last video, you guys saw the OFYR grill. You saw the cook setup. You saw my friend Darcy talk to you guys about his first time cooking on the grill, and then his second time coming back as the pit master, and why he invited me. And then you guys also met the owners, all right? You met Tonya, who actually owns the grill, and she owns a beautiful estate here in Belgium. And it is her grill and how it is that they actually ended up getting the OFYR, okay? Now, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the actual cook. And this is, I know, what you guys have been waiting for, okay? The cook on this thing was absolutely amazing. The aromas from the herbs, the rosemary, the different proteins, the veggies, you guys, it turned out absolutely amazing. And this grill is definitely gonna be at the top of my wish list moving forward, all right? So with that, I'm not gonna say anything more. Let's go ahead and jump into the OFYR grill part 2. We'll look at the cook process in today's video, all right? Let's check it out. All right, so picking up right where we left off with the little sneak peek the other week, okay? So we're starting off with some huge, and I do mean huge, pork chops, all right? We've got 4 pork chops. We're gonna be cooking them 3 different ways. We got 2 that are just plain salt and pepper. One we hit with some salt and pepper and like some other herbs, garlic powder, onion powder. And then we had a 4th one that we knocked out some homemade chimichurri using some of the herbs from the garden. And speaking of herbs from the garden, I'm actually gonna be switching it up. Normally when I do pork chops, I throw them right on the grill and let the fire kiss do its thing. But you know, because we got a OFYR, I'm gonna be a little bit extra. And we are going to be cooking our pork chops on the rosemary once it gets heated up, okay? Now, the rosemary is fresh from Bruce and Tonya's garden. We got a couple of the sprigs picked, and we're gonna throw them on the plancha and we're gonna let them heat up, all right? This is the pork chop with the chimichurri. Here's a close-up of all 4. While the rosemary is heating up, I got the pork chops on either side, and we're getting that nice char on the outside before we set them on top of the rosemary. Now, the reason that I did this is for the flavor, okay? Now, you're still gonna get that flavor on the pork chops, but I wanted that char, and it would have been a little bit more difficult to do if it didn't hit the grill right away, all right? Now check this out, nice surprise for you guys. All that grease from that pork hit that fire and boom. Now, this is one of my favorite things about the OFYR. The cleanup is about as easy as it gets on any grill. You take a scraper and you scrape everything into the center where you got your heat source going, all right? Now let's head over and get our steaks thrown on. Now that we got our cleanup done, like that you guys, I seriously just, on that cleanup, it's probably my favorite part because I just made a video the other week of what it takes, all the elbow grease that it takes to clean these grill grates. This plancha is super, super, super simple to clean, okay? Now, we got the pork chops going. We got the char on the outside, got the rosemary. Now we got our steaks on, and we are going to add a little bit more fire or wood to our fire to make sure that we keep our plancha, our OFYR, nice and hot, all right? You see how quickly it lights up since we got a good bed of coals going? So on top, as you guys can see, we got some onions and some garlic. We're gonna be adding a little mushrooms to those a little bit later, okay? And then from the butcher, we're actually gonna be throwing on some, not twice baked, but essentially twice baked potatoes, except the second time they're not being baked. We're gonna throw these things on the OFYR and they're going to cook through the bottom. And I'm gonna tell you, sneak peek on these, you guys, I didn't get a good shot of us eating really any of the food, but I'm gonna tell you, these potatoes were absolutely amazing. All right, now let's go ahead and get our steaks turned over. Okay, now with the steaks, what I did like about these was they were seasoned good. You know, I added salt, pepper. I kept it super simple with the steaks, but I just like the way that they cooked on this OFYR. It was on the hotter side as opposed to the cooler side where the pork chops were. Okay. Now, adding beer to our mushrooms up on top. I told you guys a couple seconds ago that top part is directly over the heat. We got the fire going, and those mushrooms are going to taste great on top of our steaks. Okay. And of course, there's nothing complete without bacon. I don't care what you're doing, bacon makes literally everything taste better, all right? Now let's get in here and we're gonna flip our bacon so that it doesn't get done too fast on any one particular side, all right? The bacon, as you can see, we got an open fire. The grease from the bacon, you definitely gotta be careful that you don't get any flare-ups or you don't get a grease fire while you're cooking the bacon, okay? And that just goes for any pork in general, but any meat in general, I'm sorry, but you know bacon carries a lot of fat. It's like 70% fat. So just make sure you guys are being careful with the proteins and you don't get any flare-ups, okay? Now, let's get the bacon off and put on some of our veggies, okay? The veggies they were mostly for aesthetics, but obviously you can eat them as well. So now that we got our mushrooms stirred up a little bit, I'm gonna come back and boom, we got some peppers, we got some onions, we got some bell peppers, yellow, orange, red. We got some, what else did we do? We did asparagus, both green and white asparagus. And you guys, the pictures that these things produced, they were absolutely amazing. Okay, we got Bruce over there flipping the burgers from the butcher while I'm finishing putting the veggies on this thing. Now, again, one thing I like about the OFYR is just basically how you can, it is kind of easy to control the temperature, okay? You want to make sure that you cook your veggies on a decently hot side of the OFYR. You want that nice char on the outside, okay? Now, while I'm turning these, if you guys have made it this far in the video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, cut on those notifications, all right? I really appreciate you guys sticking through this far in the video. We are almost done. Now, I got another little surprise for you guys. In a couple of seconds, I'm gonna shut up, and then I'm gonna cut the volume up so that you guys can hear the sound of everything on this pond, all right? Go ahead and check this out. Yeah, buddy, we got those pork chops sitting on top of that rosemary, all of our veggies, the asparagus, the onions, the chilies, burgers. Oh, you guys, this was one of the most fun cooks I've had since I've been in Belgium, and probably even before that. Look at those potatoes. All right. And now we got the rest of our asparagus. We're gonna throw on and some other veggies as well. We're just gonna throw them right on the top of the OFYR, the grill plate on top of the OFYR. Get those over direct heat and get those cooked really fast since we are wrapping up our cook, okay? And that's pretty much it for the cook of this video. This is the second part. This is the OFYR in action. The last thing I wanted to show you guys was probably the one thing that you just don't think of when you're going to buy this grill. Wherever it is that you place it, make sure that it is someplace that you don't mind getting grease on the ground, okay? This is a con, I guess we'll call it. If you don't have a mat that you could set down under the OFYR to catch the grease on all sides, you just want to make sure that you're careful of that, okay? With that being said, I appreciate you guys watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video here on the channel, all right?